If Barbie was a financial identity crisis, she'd look around her dream house and whisper, "Why am I even here? What is all this for?" As we already know, Barbie changed everything, and then she changed it all again. And you, my dear viewer, you're Barbie too. Because in Barbieland, every woman is Barbie. And in our world, every woman has been sold a version of success she didn't choose. So pour yourself a latte in your perfectly cute and pink mug, and let's catch up on this episode of Lady Boss of Finance. Wait, what's that? You think you're not having a financial identity crisis? Okay, no problem. Just try this instead. Have you ever looked at your job, your salary, your curated wardrobe, or that lifestyle you have worked so hard to build and thought, wait, why doesn't this feel like enough? If parts of your life feel more like a paper-perfect Instagram post than a reality you're actually living, oh, girl, Barbie, this video is for you. But just so we're clear, the realizations and life lessons that explain why you have that feeling, and by the way, I had it too, man, those lessons, they were not easy. Not for me, and definitely not for Barbie either. But just like her, I had to break the script to finally get everything that mattered to feel like it was all enough. Let me show you.
Here, let me show you.
Here, let me show you. Here,
Let me show you. Here, let me show you.
Here, let us show you.
No, Ken. Ken's not cool. Let's dive into the deets of mine, not your, my confessional story. Barbieland was perfect. I was living my best day every day. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hey, Barbie. Hey, Barbie. I was working in downtown LA at a job and in a city skyline I thought only rich and super important people had. I used my paychecks to build a Barbie dream house of my own in Studio City. The outfits, the decor, the vibe. And every day was the best day on paper. But here's the twist Barbie and I both didn't see. That perfect life, man, Sasha, she was right. It was built on flawless consumerism. I was spending more and more money thinking all the things and the stuff would make me happy. Barbie had that version of a life too. She'd throw giant blowout parties with all the Barbies, of course, with planned choreography and a super bespoke song like it's just no big deal. And at that rage of a party, what happens? Mid-dance, she stops and asks, "Do you guys ever think about dying?" That right there, that's her glitch, her moment. Mine? 2 job offers. One with a blank check and prestige. The other, boring. Absolutely no sparkle. But it came with something I craved and didn't yet have the language for yet. Financial education. Like Barbie facing the heels versus Birkenstocks choice, I started glitching. I didn't want to perform success by spending that blank check. I wanted to feel success by learning how to get wealthy. I took the boring job. And incidentally, it's in the building where Mattel headquarters was filmed in the actual Barbie movie. 100% true. And I started learning from investment professionals who manage trillions of dollars. That's trillions with a T. But every day felt like Barbie at Venice Beach, confused, overwhelmed, and just feeling like I didn't belong. I had a humanities degree from the University of Chicago and at Oxford, no less, and I still felt lost. I wasn't a numbers person, but here's the myth. You're either good with money or you're not. But the truth? Money isn't about math. It's about identity, emotion, belief. Barbie didn't know how the real world worked. She learned, and so did I. And I began to stop seeing money as a status symbol and started using it as a tool, which, by the way, it was probably the hardest mindset shift I have ever had to do. As years went by, I started doing everything right at my investment management job. Late nights, extra projects, always available. I thought visibility would lead to promotion. But that's the contradiction, isn't it? Work hard and you'll be rewarded. Barbie, what happens? She goes back to Barbieland and realizes it's been taken over. She melts down. I mean, you could say she had just a tiny little bit of an identity crisis.
I'm like you now, ugly and unwanted.
See? Tiny. Not at all extra. Me? Well, I didn't exactly fall on the floor, but I absolutely cracked. When the pandemic hit, visibility stopped meaning FaceTime. Without it, politics, performance, and pretending became a lot more clear. And that's when I realized the contradictory system of success. I'm talking about the raises, the promotions, leadership, high performer potential. All those things weren't built for me because they weren't built for women like us. As a woman, especially as a woman in finance, you're supposed to be successful but not intimidating, smart but not smug, confident but not too confident, and if you are confident though, you're told by your manager to manage the perception of being too full of yourself. You're supposed to take on more and more responsibilities but without more pay. Launch the side hustle without resources. You're supposed to talk about ambition but not money, because when you do just a little bit, even some of your brunch girlfriends will squirm just a little like you're not really fitting in because you're admitting that you want to be rich. You have to be financially independent and still make it look effortless, like you just happen to afford that anthropology lifestyle when in reality you were buying one piece at a time, watching every credit card statement like a hawk. You have to invest, of course, to be smart, but not in Bitcoin because that's risky, and don't do things like day trading because that's just gambling. You have to save money. That's the smart thing, but also treat yourself, because otherwise, what could you possibly post on Girls' Night on Instagram? You're told to be in the office, not 4 days a week, climb the corporate ladder, be a team player, get executive coaching to soften those hard edges of yours, but still be likable and gracious, and never act, however, like you want the executive seat too badly, even if the few women who get that seat are wearing diamonds from those hard edges of theirs that didn't need softening. You can be powerful, but only if you smile about it. And here's the thing, even if you get that 6-figure title, the apartment in LA and Studio City, and the LinkedIn perfect life, you still feel like you're failing because even if you took that boring job to learn finance, no one ever taught you what success should feel like. Just what it's supposed to look like. I used to think it was just me, but it's not. It's all of us because it's the system and it's the script we were handed. And I am done performing it. Gloria said it best.
It is literally impossible to be a woman.
I stopped chasing promotions and started designing my own life. Barbie chooses to become human. I want to be the one imagining, not the idea. I chose to start this channel because I spent nearly a decade learning how the financial world actually works. I've seen how the stock market is moved by market makers, whale venture capital investors, institutional money, not the average investor. I've seen how the system is built to keep the middle class struggling unless you happen to stumble across the financial literacy education no one ever taught us in school or at home. And now, I'm here to guide the next version of you, viewer Barbie, who's glitching in her dream house. You are not broken. You're just waking up, and you are ready to design a life that actually fits. And to help you get that life, here are 3 pro tips to start your journey from Barbieland to the real world. Pro tip number 1, stop confusing more with meaning. Just because you earn more money doesn't mean you're building wealth. Ask yourself, is this getting me closer to freedom or just closer to burnout? Pro tip number 2, don't wait until you know everything to start. Barbie didn't. I definitely didn't. You don't need a finance degree. All you need is one question. What would I do if I trusted myself with money? Pro tip number 3. Success isn't about being chosen. It's about choosing yourself. You don't need a promotion. You need a plan. And make sure you choose you every time. What's our big takeaway? A financial identity crisis isn't failure. It's a wake-up call. You get to break out of the cardboard and plastic box. You get to ask yourself, what was I made for? Thanks for that line, Billy. And more importantly, you get to stop being the product and start being the person who creates meaning. Like our girl Barbie said, I want to be the one imagining, not the idea. Because if Barbie can walk away from her paper perfect dream house for something real, so can you. And if you love this breakdown, girl, just wait. We are turning all of your favorite icons into coffee confessionals and happy hour money mixers. Elle Woods, she's a Roth IRA in heels. Daenerys Targaryen, she's about to break the wheel of finance with Bitcoin. And Carrie Bradshaw, you know we are definitely talking about credit card debt and Manolos. If you want characters you know and love to make those guest appearances, drop your favorites in the comments, hit like, and smash subscribe. And meet me right here next Sunday on Lady Boss of Finance, because this is our time. And it's not just the place where you get the financial education you never had in school. It's where you're finally seen, one coffee ketchup at a time.